LifeSoth.com.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Dan, when does that start again, Rob? Mamma Mia, when is that going to start?
Thursday, May 17th is opening night.
WOCA is sponsoring that one.
Yes, we are.
And we will be giving tickets away to that again, right?
Yes, we are.
Should sound fun. So you're going to opening night for that thing?
Yep, with my mother. They have hors d'oeuvres on opening night, and it's usually catered by Honey Baked Ham, and it's really, really nice.
So if I go to the snack bar on the next day,
Yes.
and I buy a Snickers, is that considered an hors d'oeuvre?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that would be. And you can take your wine and beer and sodas and candies in the theater, too.
Which is good.
Inside where you sit. You don't have to just eat it out
That's
there.
why we have that secret pocket, you know.
Yeah, I know.
This is good. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSoth Community Blood Center. Hey, Galen, how was your weekend?
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are you all?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
Where are you?
Just heading to Gainesville today.
Oh, okay. So how was your weekend?
It was good. I mean, went to soccer game, and what else did I do? I don't know. Just worked around the house.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yes, on Saturday.
Did you fail at anything? Did you try to do anything that you failed at?
Let's see. I mean, I don't think I don't think I failed at anything this weekend.
I did. I mean, I eventually succeeded, but I failed.
You didn't fail then. Wait, it's not a failure until you quit.
Well, okay.
I love that quote.
Well, no, there were a few failures, and then I had to rethink everything and do it again. So.
Did you get it done?
I got it done. I got it done.
But it's not a failure.
Okay, so that's not a failure. Okay, well, you make me feel good. But anyway, there's a museum of failure out in Los Angeles. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So they're going on tour, and they're coming to Florida, and so I have some of the items in the Museum of Failure that I thought I'd share with you.
Nice.
All right.
So we'll do that. It's kind of.
Hey, by the way, before we get started, one thing that I always notice, and it's always bothered me, is whenever you're hearing like news updates, why does the reporter always say how many journalists die? Right? So I guess they had an explosion, and I just heard it, and it just popped in my brain. So, and it said, including 8 journalists. Oh, why are journalists any different than any other people?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
That's always something that bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
I think they should start saying, how many, people over 6 foot died.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I mean, the thing is those journalists chose to be wherever they're at.
I think
forced to cover it.
Exactly.
It's journalists. It's journalists telling the story, so maybe that's why.
Oh, of course that's why. I mean, they're part of that elite club.
Wait a minute.
It's something that I've always noticed, and it bothers the heck out of me.
I know, but it's just a great idea. Next time I hear a story, I'm going to say, how many people played accordion in that group?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, 6 accordionists died in that.
Sure. Oh, it gives you the impression that somehow these journalists are more special than the other people that died.
Yeah.
It's always been a thing with me. It's been a problem for me for a long time.
How about 6 blood retention and recruitment officers died? See?
Right, there you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
The first thing I would think is, oh my God, was Galen there?
Yeah.
That would be my first thought.
Yeah, that would be scary.
There's fewer of people that are, in charge of recruitment of blood donors in this country than there are of journalists. There just are.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyway.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today.
It's one of those things that sticks. Every time I hear it, it sticks in my craw. Yeah.
All right. So how was the blood supply?
We're okay. We're right there at a 5-day blood supply. Memorial Day weekend is fast approaching, which is good because maybe it'll be hot again, which is great. We just need everybody to give the gift of life and donate blood.
All right, and make sure you thank the folks over at Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring because they sponsored that important announcement. It's important because I don't know about you, but I really need that reminder. I'm always hoping that if I stop doing this show, that I will still donate blood. But without that daily reminder, I'm telling you, it really makes a difference, and I really do get off my butt and donate when we've had this conversation and I know my 8 weeks is up. So, and that's it. I mean, it's only once every 8 weeks. So,
one of the nice things LifeSoth Community Blood Centers does, though, is they have real people call the people who have donated before, and if you're not there, they will leave a very, very nice message reminding you of the shortages and that you need to donate again too. So thank you also for that, Galen.
Sure. It's our pleasure to call you.
Yeah, but it's a real person. It's not that computer generated thing, and that's what makes it really nice, because you can actually have a chat with the person on the other end when you do answer the phone if you're home.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. For the rest of us, just remember those two names. Whenever you need any flooring, go to Penn Flooring, go to their showroom. You'll see why we selected Penn Flooring ourselves for our flooring here at WOCA. Their store is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala. And Palm Garden of Ocala is at 2700 Southwest 34th Street here in Ocala, not too far from where we broadcast. And they're a skilled nursing facility for your rehabilitative and health care needs. You might want to take a tour in advance and find out what they have to offer, and then you'll be prepared when that day comes. Let me go to the phone first before we do our Museum of Failure. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, this is Jim. Hey, Galen, I had a hard stress test Thursday where they dumped isotope into my bloodstream. Is there a questionnaire, question on your questionnaire as far, have you had any isotopes dumped into you recently or anything?
It's a little differently phrased. What we'd ask is, are you taking anything for heart disease like Coumadin or any kind of a blood thinner? And that's how we would answer the question. And we also ask if you were under a physician's care.
So the answer might be no on that, but yes, but I had, when you go to do that, they have these signs all over the wall, as far as warnings that this is a nuclear reactor in use and things like that.
I would, because that would fall under, are you under a doctor's care? And I don't know. I'm sure it's in our book somewhere, in our SOPs. I just don't know it off the top of my head.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Call the donor center at 622-3544. They'll be able to answer that question right over the phone.
Say the number again. A lot of times we don't mention the phone number.
622-3544. Call. You'll talk to a real human being, as Robin said, and they'll be able to walk you through that and see if you have any donation questions. I don't know all the answers because it's a really thick book, but I'd have to look that one up.
All right, so the Museum of Failure is out in Los Angeles. They're planning to take some of their what do you call them?
Exhibits.
Thank you, on tour, and so looking forward to it. One of the things that they have, Galen, and your definition of a failure, I understand, but I think they do consider failures legitimate, even if they did lead to success, like all the failures of Thomas Edison before the light bulb, and one of them is blood donations. That's why I thought it'd be a good topic.
Sure.
Because blood.
Well, you got to remember the blood donations. That if it ends in somebody's death, that means you failed, right?
Yeah, and apparently when they first tried doing transfusions, that's exactly what happened, and they couldn't figure it out until somebody decided, hey, there must be different types of blood.
Well, yeah, and that's where we get the A, B, and the O from. That was a huge step forward in the saving lives. Absolutely.
All right, but in addition to that, we have some fun ones, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see. The Colgate. This is the one that got my attention first. The Colgate Company. Where is it here? Launched the first and only beef lasagna dinner meal.
The Colgate Company.
The people
you know what I was thinking when you said Colgate? I'm like, oh, maybe they invented toothpaste. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be a lasagna plate.
No, their toothpaste is successful, but the lasagna, their beef lasagna dinner meal was a failure.
Yeah, I would think so. Would you go, hi, Colgate, beef lasagna? No, he's like, what? No.
Well, it's kind of like the Bear Company. I always associate them with aspirin.
Yeah.
But they were an agricultural company.
Exactly.
Carol Ann talks about them all the time.
Yeah, but if you really want to sell lasagna dinner, don't you have to have Italian? So if it was Golgata, maybe then you'd be like, yeah, I'll take the Golgata.
That's funny. Let's see, the Ford Edsel. The Ford Edsel is one of the failures over there.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Wasn't
Do
sporty
they
enough.
actually have the car, or is it just a picture?
No, they have the car. I saw-
Cars, really?
They have a yellow
That's a lot
one.
of money.
They have a yellow one.
Yeah.
Let's see. The push-button shift system in the center of the steering wheel wasn't the only problem. The look of the vertical grille on the overhyped ride caused some to refer to it as the toilet seat grill. So I don't know what I got a picture of what that looks like now in my head. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. Anyway, so
That's
Ford
let's
Edsel.
see, grill.
Coca-Cola Black was a failure. I don't remember.
Cool.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
BLAK.
Yeah.
Was it pronounced Blake? Maybe B with a long, because it looks like there's a line over the A.
Yeah, that was not appealing.
Really? Do you
No,
re-
it's just a
Yeah.
cursive K.
Yeah.
what was it?
It's just a cursive K.
So do you?
That's why it looks like there's.
Oh, okay. Do you remember this thing?
Yeah. Not very.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't there very long.
What did it?
That long ago.
What did it
Wasn't
taste like?
that long ago, was it?
It was way too sweet for me. How about you, Galen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very, very.
Way too sweet.
The Kodak digital camera didn't succeed. It was the second digital camera that was put on the market. It only could store 48 pictures. It didn't have a screen so you could see them in advance.
Oh, and no memory
Right.
card.
It had a way to it had a built-in memory card. You had to take the wire and attach it to your computer.
Yeah, the problem is it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, I think
but it
so.
was also behind. It was also behind in what other people were doing with that digital camera.
Yeah.
There was no zoom. There was no real functionality other than you could get your pictures instantly. And if I remember right, the cable only went into the printer. So you could only print the pictures. You couldn't like store them on on your
okay.
computer.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
when you think of a memory camera now, like a digital camera now, you had to print them. If I remember right.
Oh gosh.
Google Glass.
Remember you'd have to go to the kiosk at like CVS or something and print your
okay.
pictures there.
And they probably
Yeah.
weren't high quality, high density, whatever they call it.
No. I mean, memory was, a lot harder to come by
But
than it is today.
But because of that, about 8 years ago, Larry bought us 2 of those Kodak cameras, the little silver ones, and that was pretty cool. We used
were
them
Canon.
till they. Oh, were they Canon?
They were Canon.
Oh, but we were debating between Kodak and Canon.
Yeah.
So that's what I remembered. That's right.
Let's see. Google Glass. Turns out it didn't succeed. We had at least one lady who came in here all the time wearing this thing. She was one of the testers,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
Do you know why the Google Glass failed?
Why?
Because people were afraid they were being spied on when they saw people wearing them.
I think so. I think that's they kind of were, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
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 very Minority Report, ish. So, Big Brother.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Loida?
No, it wasn't Lloyd. It was I always forget
remember
this
her
lady's
name.
name. Yeah.
Because
Comes in
she
here-
worked with autistic children too.
Right,
I
right,
can't
right.
remember her name now.
Olestra. Do you remember Olestra?
No.
Sure, the fake butter?
Fake fat. Yeah, fake fat. Yeah.
Fake fat.
Yeah.
It gave
Oh, okay, that's right.
it gave everybody diarrhea. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Cleans you right out.
Wow.
Pringles had it. Pringles was using it for a while.
Oh, it was on a product.
Right.
Oh my. Be careful of that romaine lettuce. though. I know we had, bad reports about it from Utah and those strains, but there were a few people that bought the romaine lettuce right from the farmers in the market of Marion down there in Bellevue on 441, and a few people I know just went there and bought the romaine right from the farmers, and they had bathroom issues with it. So it's not just the kind that was sold out in Utah. I mean, it's those little critters that salmonella is getting everywhere now
Oh wow.
on
Wow.
romaine lettuce. So
In 1965, the Hasbro Toy Company had a doll they called the Little Miss No Name doll.
Oh, I don't know that.
The campaign said Barbie is successful and beautiful, but Little Miss No Name is sad and begging with tears in her eyes. Won't you take her home?
What's that doll?
I know. So, but the thing was, the eyes looked scary. The kids didn't want to.
Well, oh my gosh, I never heard of that doll.
Yeah, Little Miss No Name.
All dolls freak me out. All of them. I don't trust any of them.
Baby, don't
Like
bruise
if
me.
you were to rank like the top 10 things I'm scared of, dolls would make the top 10.
Wow.
Makes no sense. It's an irrational fear, but then again, all fear is irrational.
That's
There you go.
that's going to be tough when your boys get married, if they have some girls, you're
Yeah.
going to be forced to get a baby doll.
Hey, Grandpa, would you comb my doll's hair?
No, it's not.
Grandpa,
I don't. That doesn't sound tough at all.
do you like my dolly, Grandpa? It's called Little Miss No Name. My mommy got it off of eBay.
No, your mother's an idiot, child. I mean,
Oh.
dumb enough to marry my son. She's an idiot. He can't even clean up after himself.
Baby Don't Bruise Me was also a failed doll.
I don't imagine why. I mean, that sounds like a great title, Larry. Please explain further. I'm intrigued.
The doll was supposed to teach children to be careful with the baby and would actually develop a bruise if you touched it too hard. The bruise would go away eventually.
Sounds nice.
You don't use those kind of dolls unless you're going to give instruction and have a class. You just don't give child baby don't
Baby
bruise
don't
me and
bruise
don't
me.
squash it.
I wonder what the technology
I
is.
mean, they're probably thinking, look, we've got a doll that wets its diaper. Maybe this is the next big thing.
There you go. I had Betsy
Who the
Wetsy
heck
in
would
the
have thought
50s.
that? Yeah, what's the point of that? Oh, let's practice changing diapers. All right.
The Itira bicycle was a failure. It's in the museum.
Oh, what is that?
Ulterior bicycle.
Itira, I-T-E-R-A. It's an all-plastic bicycle. It was made by Volvo in 1982.
Oh, very safe.
It says here, heat could crack and melt the bicycle parts.
Nice.
That's fun. The Juicero.
Not heard of it.
This is a Wi-Fi enabled juicer. It's sold for $700.
Wow.
Why does your Wi-Fi need to be, or your juicer need to be Wi-Fi?
It doesn't. That's why it didn't.
Honey,
work.
did you turn off the juicer? Oh, hold on, let me check.
I know.
Alexa, turn off the juicer.
Wi-Fi enabled juicer. You're standing right in front of it. You can't just push the button. Oh my gosh.
Wow, what was it? Why was it so phenomenal? How
It wasn't phenomenal. It didn't sell. That's why it's a failure.
almost $700? Wow.
Squeezing produce by hand was more effective than the machine. That's what it says here.
You go to Disney for that money.
The Trump board game was a big failure. Apparently, he was trying to make a Monopoly-like game, and it didn't work.
Oh. You've got another apple tree
Yeah.
growing in there. Did you see it?
No.
It is right here in this pot.
Oh, one of the other
another
seeds
apple
grew?
tree, yeah.
Oh, wow.
In
Harley
the pot.
Davidson perfume.
What the heck does that have to do with the Trump board game? I'll
What?
just get sidetracked there.
Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, I did. I was just kinda-
Yeah, Robert was distracted by the apple tree.
Okay. All right, so it's not just you and I, Larry. Just want to make sure.
Harley Davidson perfume. I don't know if you caught that one or not. That was a failure.
Gosh, I didn't hear about
Yeah,
that.
right.
What does it smell like? Oil?
It was a failure.
Oh my gosh. Sony Betamax. Well, we all know that one. That was sort of successful for a little while.
My brother had one. One of the beta machines.
Well, you know what decided that? That's a whole thing I did a paper on in college. And what killed the Betamax, even though it was better quality, it lasted longer, it was better in every way, except the porn industry embraced VHS, and that's what won the day.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear that, but I heard something similar.
Because
I heard that the
Absolutely
whole
true.
advent of having movies at home wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the porn industry.
wow.
Correct. Yeah, they pushed it. Yeah, and they were the forefront. They were at the forefront of that whole thing. So.
Yeah, because Jim had
Yeah, I mean, heck-
had a beta, and it was really good to watch.
They own the internet. Porn.
The orbitoclast lobotomy. I wonder what that is.
Oh.
It sounds look good. You never want to be a part of anything that says lobotomy.
No, let me look that up.
No, it's
Orbitoclast.
like do it yourself or. Wow.
Let me look it up. Orbitoclast. Okay. What is orbitoclast? Orbitoclast. What is this? It's a surgical instrument used for performing transorbital lobotomies. It was invented by Dr. Walter Freeman in 1948 to replace the unique form of leucotome. Whatever. I don't know. It was a failure, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those poor people, when they were, told they had to go into those sanitariums and stuff, they would do lobotomies. They would just use them as guinea pigs. Horrible.
Bic for Her was a pen specially designed for women. It did not take off. It was a
No,
failure.
I bet not.
Bic for Her, Galen.
Oh, because the women are like, no, I deserve a man's pen, and the man's like, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
I mean, why would you buy it? Why would you make a product like that? It's going to alienate half of your customer base.
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's not like you go to the store and go, you know what? I'm such a feminist. I'm only going to buy feminist pens.
The Apple Newton
There aren't that many people there.
Apple Newton message pad is in the museum. Do you remember that?
No.
It could take notes and send faxes, but its poor handwriting capabilities made it impractical. It was a handheld fax machine.
Really? I never heard of that.
Well, no. What you did was probably write it on the pad, and then it transmitted it via fax, via the internet or whatever.
Oh.
Like you could receive faxes while you were holding it.
Oh.
When's the last time y'all got a fax that you actually wanted to read?
Let's see, the green ketchup.
Nobody says, hey, fax that over. Fax are dead.
Green
I don't
ketchup.
trust people.
Galen, green ketchup was a failure. What else?
Yeah, green ketchup. No
else?
thanks. I would usually I try things, but I couldn't bring myself to try green ketchup.
Oh, here's the soda called Black was Diet Coke mixed with coffee. That's what it was.
It was too sweet for me. No thanks.
Diet Coke mixed with coffee.
A lot of caffeine.
Yeah. Too sweet for me.
Let's see one more. If I find one more right here. This is gonna be fun when they come around here. This is gonna be fun.
Who's coming?
The Museum of Failures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what this
Are
is.
they coming here?
Yeah, Tampa.
Nice.
What is that? Okay, the
Day trip.
the Nokia N-Gage. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh, I don't either. I guess I looked that up. Nokia.
Nokia N-Gage. Is that a train?
Let me see. Nokia N-Gage.
The model train?
Nokia makes phones, so it's got to have something to do with a phone.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the Wikipedia. Oh, it's like. Oh gosh, yes. It's
tried.
a PDA, whatever that is, combining features of a telephone.
That's a PDA is an old school phone, right? I mean, it's what you would keep all your contacts in. You could do notes.
Yeah, it's got a lot of buttons on it. It was a telephone and a handheld game system all in one. Oh boy,
Oh, because I see the
Look
controllers
at it.
there and everything. Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah. But now you can do it all on your phone virtually with just the apps and stuff there. You don't need any outside
Larry, I
buttons.
couldn't see that. Could you? Can you push the monitor towards me?
It's cool looking, though. It's a good idea. I think it's a great idea.
I love it when you do that. Here, can you see? No,
N-Gage.
I'm dropping it in my car. Can't see that.
Hey, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, Larry, on April 30th. We're right there at the Shores Walmart, so come by and see it.
Oh, nice. That's a nice Walmart in the shore. It's real accessible, good parking. Go donate blood.
There you go. All right, Galen, thank you for what you do, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks, y'all.
All right, we will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. A caravan of migrants President Trump has said should be stopped has arrived at the U.S.-Mexico border. People are being told they'll have to wait for room at a border facility near San Diego.
Hundreds of Central American immigrants arrived at the U.S. border, the culmination of weeks of traveling through Mexico, on foot and by train, with plenty breaking off along the way. Many women and children, some are parents seeking a better life for their children, free of threats of gang violence in places like Guatemala and Honduras.
Fox's William Lejeunesse in San Ysidro, California. 11 children at a religious school are reported killed by a suicide bomber targeting a NATO convoy in southern Afghanistan. Earlier in the country's capital,
25 people killed in what appears to be a coordinated double suicide bombing. It happened in the center of Kabul, close to a number of embassies and a NATO headquarters.
Fox's Simon Owen, 8 journalists died in that attack. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Napa Know How.
Time to start adding to your bucket list. No, not the skydiving meteor.